Views and opinions expressed by the guests of Sasquatch Experience do not necessarily reflect the opinion of the hosts, sponsors, or affiliates of the Sasquatch Experience. As always, listener discretion is advised.
911, what are you reporting?
We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Did you see what it was? Was it a person or an animal or?
I can't tell. All I know is that my central light came on and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man or something that looks like a man. I don't know what it was.
Back in 2005, we set out with one goal: to give voice to the mystery and those who pursue it. Sasquatch Experience Podcast has been your go-to source for serious Bigfoot discussion, where we separate fact from folklore, always grounded in research and respect. We've interviewed eyewitnesses, experts, and skeptics alike, because understanding Bigfoot isn't just about belief, it's about the journey. Nearly 2 decades later, we're still chasing shadows and sharing stories. The search never stopped. Welcome to the Sasquatch Experience.
Jesus Christ, you better... Tia!
Hello?
Get somebody out here.
Well, good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. I'm Sean the Fork Chop Forker. That's Vance Nesbitt and James Baker down at the bottom, scratching his head there so lovely and delicately. It is a new year, 2026.
Which head?
Oh, the one.
Wouldn't you like to know, big boy?
And folks, as you can see how tonight's going to go, it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Guys, it's good to see you again. Welcome to 2026, the 20th year of the Sasquatch Experience. 20 years of Sasquatch
How
Experience.
about it? Right?
And
Where's my ring?
No, we're not going there. But, I mean, thank God 2025 is over. And though there are a lot of tumultuous things that happened in the year 2025 in terms of, losing just a hell of a lot in the research community, it was also a good year for us in some respects. We did the collaboration with Small Town Monsters on the Investigation Bigfoot miniseries. Working on the book Elusive Truth that's going to be coming out probably this year. So we had a lot of things going on that were really good.
But I will say, too, that there's a lot more new, younger generation researchers that are kind of falling into the field. And that's very inspirational to me to see that happening.
Well, we'll see how many of them stick around.
Well, as long as you don't kick them out.
Well, I think it has to do also with longevity. There's some people that are in the game to say they're going to see Bigfoot in 2 weeks, and if they don't, they're moving on.
Yeah, well.
Then there's people like me who's never saw anything yet. I'm still sitting in the chair.
You're still standing.
Well,
Yeah. He's musical tonight, folks. This has been going on before the show hit the air. But, it's been all good things. Before we get into tonight's show, which we are going to be looking about 5 or 6 different videos that we were kind of backing and forthing on over the weekend, we did want to go through some little announcements, I guess, things that were popping up that we discovered. Small Town Monsters, of course, their Kickstarter that runs every year starting on February 5th at 7 p.m. and running through March 5th. You'll want to get a head up on that. They've already been showing some teasers of some of the cool giveaways if you decide to go and kickstart. I mean, besides the fact they put out some stellar material, it's well worth the effort to go ahead and help kick them off and get them a little bit of an edge on these wonderful projects they got this year. And Vance, I know as somebody who's fond of UFOs or UAPs, I know you're looking forward to, on the trail of UFOs this year.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And the thing is that he has put, and when I say he, I'm talking about Seth Breedlove, has put so much effort into bringing so much information almost on a weekly basis. I'm blown away on how many documentaries keep coming out from Small Town Monsters, but every one of them I've been watching over the weekend whether they come out on a Wednesday or come out on a Saturday, it doesn't matter. I'm watching them, and I'm really taken back by the amount of information that is coming up. But at the bottom of the hour, I will have a editorial on the entire scope of what we're talking about here.
Right. I mean, and it's yeah. I mean, looking forward to what Small Town Monsters are going to bring to the table this year. Ken Gerhardt's launching a new podcast. We're going to have Ken on the program again here soon to talk about with the podcast Cryptid Legacy, I believe is what it's called. Is that right?
Yep.
Vance, you kind of broke the news to me over that on the weekend, and then of course I saw Ken post it. Looking forward to that. And then Lyle Blackburn's got a new trade paperback series coming out this year, Terrifying Encounters, which to me is exciting because that kind of pulls me back to my youth when I used to tell everybody, the stories of my late grandpa and how I kind of got into this is reading books about strange creatures of the Amazons and stuff of books lying around his house. It's neat to see that Lyle's kind of bringing that back
to life.
Yeah,
right.
For another generation. I mean, it's everything comes full circle, I guess, and I'm looking forward to that. And I hope Lyle, and of course, his other books have been fantastic. The latest one on the Lake Worth monsters, worth getting a hold of if you haven't picked it up yet, folks, just to check it out. And of course, go ahead, Vince.
No, I was just going to say, I'm still looking for the store where to buy those hats that the two of them wear. Lyle and Ken. It's the same person.
It's an interchangeable hat. See, he moves around behind a corner, flips the hat over.
I get you. Okay.
And then if you want the Temu version, I'll show you mine.
Oh, yeah, it'll look a lot like Matt's hat, the Amish hat.
Express self-breed love.
Baker's floppy hats and bisexual glasses.
Ah, that works.
I've never paid for it. Oh, okay.
No, but you took them for free. We know.
No, I meant never.
A family show of some sort. Anyhow, and folks, if you'd like to subscribe to our Patreon for as little as $2 a month, you get this show ad-free, mostly ad-free, because we still do run the any commercials that Vance puts into the Bigfoot bullhorn, because the bullhorn is, kind of the heart of what we do and how we generate a little extra revenue. Plus, it also has some great news and entertainment and events coming up. So we leave that stuff in there because it helps pay the bills. But everything else that our partners put in gets edited out. So you do get mostly ad-free shows, just a lot of content on there, and we're adding more. We have some watch-alongs coming up here soon. We're going to have a new newsletter that's going to come out exclusively to Patreon.
Yeah, looking forward to all of
that. So, we have a lot going on, and as we're in the winter months, kind of our planning, that's what we're going to do. And if anybody saw the Facebook post, we events this year. Bake and I are taking kind of a year off the road, and I'm focusing more on the research and the show to kind of get it put together. And we got the book coming out, so we got a lot going on. But
but you know what, Sean? I'm taking the year off too to do those extra projects as well. So hey, that's at least 3 of us.
So it's not that we don't want to go to all these great events we do, but this year we just kind of need a break. We need a break, and we need to focus on the things that are, incredibly important, and that's putting together a great top-notch production for all of you, or as top-notch as you're going to get from us. But tonight, as we've gone through that and have done all those little messages and promotions. Oh, Bigfoot trivia. We can't forget about that.
Yeah.
Henry's Bigfoot Trivia. This is something we're going to be running once a week, every Sunday at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, depending what time they decide to post. We will be throwing up a question that comes from the mind of Henry May. So we try to make them a little thought-provoking, and he tries to make them thought-provoking. I just post the damn things. And for everybody that submits a correct answer, we throw that into a raffle. Now,
wins $1 million.
No, that's not true. That's not true. You will win a cool prize, but if you're a Patreon member, you get 2 entries. So you get double your entries to win cool prizes. So the question is up. It will run until Saturday. And so get your questions in by Saturday at, by the end of day Saturday. I'll go and pull the post down, and we'll go from there. But it's kind of exciting. We're trying this out. It's Henry's Bigfoot Trivia only on the Sasquatch Experience.
And I want to add that I have looked into this for the prize closet, our Sasquatch Experience prize closet, and I found a box of really cool stuff that I'll send to Sean for those winners. And believe me, it's really cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of stuff, and we've accumulated a lot of stuff, and it'll be nice to see. And, of course, you'll know what your prize is. We'll announce the winner and what you've won here on the Sasquatch Experience, the last show of the month. So stay tuned for that. We got some, of course, Brian Corbin, Scott Tierley. We got Kurt in the chat tonight, kind of keeping it real in here. Some live.
Hello,
live
gentlemen.
Viewers. Great to see everybody. So let's get into this. I know we're a little rusty because it's been a little bit, but this first video, guys, I'm going to show you. Baker, do you have anything you wanted to announce before we moved on?
No, I have been trying to post a few videos on the stuff that I'm doing at my land project. If you like that stuff, please feel free to comment. If your comments are non-constructive or you're not allowed to do that, don't waste your time because you're just going to make me mad.
Well, there you go. And, of course, we did add a few new moderators to the Facebook page. So we have Scott and Brian, of course, will be assisting with the moderating, and Les Inkovich, your good friend Les, that'll be aiding and trying to keep law and order there on the page and help driving some great conversation. So looking forward to the engagement there. And, of course, we did have Where's the Happy, Handsome Henry? Henry is off tonight, and so is Matt, both feeling under the weather. Matt,
I don't think so. I think they're both fighting crime in the darkness of night. So
I think the only thing Matt's fighting is the Tidy Bowl man right now, since he took an adventure to the Shady Maple smorgasbord.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's what you get when you don't take your partners in crime to the best buffet in Pennsylvania.
I could just see Henry as a crime fighter. Wasn't there like a South Park episode?
Oh, God.
It probably was.
Okay, anyhow, let's get to this. All right. Now, guys, we make no claims for the authenticity or veracity of these videos or that they're any good. We're posting them merely for education and entertainment. And with the three of us here tonight in the mood we're in, I'm sure you're going to get some great feedback on some of these videos.
Yeah, so, probably.
I'm going to share some of these. I understand, and let's proceed. Don't show me this warning again. This is just to make sure you don't have any porn screens up.
Ooh.
And allow.
Oh, maybe we want to watch that. I don't know.
Window.
Oh, that's right. It's a family-friendly show. I forgot.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to allow. Okay. You see that video right here? It says I got 3 whistles.
Yep.
Yeah. She can blow.
Oh,
there's a grave on the camera. It's a grave with moss that only comes from bodily fluids, and there's your X marking the grave. I mean, I can't show it any better. But the grave, I film them every day. Where they're not from here, this is special to them. It keeps them safe here. There's bad in their world. That's what this is. An escape from that with the decorations. I haven't been able to breathe. You guys, I need help. This is almost over. I got 3 whistles here. There's a grave on the camera.
We're playing it again.
It's a grave with moss that only comes from bodily fluids, and there's your X marking the grave. I mean, I can't show it any better. But the grave, I film them every day. Where they're not from here, this is special to them. It keeps them safe here. There's bad in their world. That's what this is. An escape from that with the decorations. I haven't been able to breathe. You guys, I need help. This is almost over.
You need help, all right.
Yeah.
What was that scream? Oh, that was Baker.
There's an echo. Oh, stop. Thank you. Okay. So Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What kind of moss is only created by bodily fluids?
I don't
should be
know.
That should be Henry's next question.
Next
What kind of
question.
moss
Yeah,
is
right?
there? I mean, I know that there's certain roots and things that grow under people that have been hung and stuff like that, and stuff like due to the fluids that are
Really? How
released.
would you know?
Because I watch a lot of Highlander.
Oh,
I don't know.
you watch
'Cause
stuff. Oh,
It
okay.
was on TV, but either
All
way,
right.
you
Yeah.
know what? But like, the problem is like, he's so excited, and I get that. And yes, you could say that's a grave, and you could say whatever, and the I can't breathe thing has to stop. I don't know. How can I put it? There's just a lot there, and my question
It
is
seemed to me to be too well rehearsed.
well, he saw something really interesting, and I get that. I don't understand
Yeah.
the moss thing. If you're going to tell me moss that only grows from bodily fluids, I want to know the name of the moss. Like I want a little
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
he
I
knew-
agree.
Like he knew it
Yep.
was a moss that was from bodily, so he should already know the name because I have no
Right.
clue. Secondly, is like I'm going to be a little morbid here, but if I find what I think is a Sasquatch grave, Forker's looking out the window while I'm digging that shit up, okay? You know, like, hey, make sure nothing's
Yeah, right.
coming. If you see something hairy coming towards me, let me know to run.
Yeah,
But
give
we
me a
gotta
heads
get-
up.
We're getting
Yeah.
a skull, all right? You know. And maybe that's the wrong attitude to have, but I think that if you're so
Yeah.
excited about it being a grave, that you'd be like, yeah, we're digging that shit up.
Well, when I saw that video, I was just like, debunk. But that's
Yeah.
just my internal instinct. It was debunk just by the way it was presented. I wasn't all on board with it.
Spunk moss.
Is it spoke moss?
I don't know. Moss.
Ew.
Body.
Ew,
fluids,
I don't want to
spunk-
touch it.
spunk
No.
moss.
Hey, honey, what is that over there? That's spoke moss.
Jesus Christ.
What causes that? Well, same thing that causes babies. Okay?
No,
Oh.
no, no.
Oh.
This is a family-friendly
anyhow.
show. No.
As with all these videos tonight, you know, I guess the thing that really gets me, and folks, when you're watching this, and I'll put the links in there for folks that are going to be listening to this as a podcast. We didn't pick videos that were just like usually like people that have seen Bigfoot. These are just claims and stories that people are putting out there. But what
Right.
bothers me the most is that there are people that buy this shit hook, line, and sinker.
Yep.
That are
Yep.
going to believe, no matter how AI and how fake it is, that that's the real deal. That these
Yeah.
Sasquatch they've seen are real. Have you seen the guy that's been on Instagram showing chunks of a dead Bigfoot body? Like he's had a head, he's had like a foot. He's had
No.
like I'll find him at some point and post.
But
Is he
you
from
know what?
Georgia?
No,
Within the last 2 weeks, I have seen so many AI videos, and granted, they're really well done. But I can tell they're AI videos because we would have been presented with this stuff a while ago. And it's pissing me off to no extent because this is what clouds the entire research arena altogether. It's totally clouding it because you're putting out this BS of AI videos, and I don't know. I just look at it and I'm like, son of a bee. Yeah, it looks really good, but you know what? It's a bunch of BS. Bravo,
to just get the-
Sierra.
trying to get the name of that guy and see his videos, and I just can't find him right now. But the fact of the matter is, there are just so many of these that
Yep.
are clogging up social media, and folks are buying it hook,
Yeah.
line, and sinker. Like we need more people to be out there talking about these and showing people that this is just garbage.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, one could make the argument, well, you guys are out here sharing it. We're sharing it for the
Entertainment
educational
value.
purposes.
Edutainment.
Kurt says, surprised he didn't mention any smells or anything than just moss from body fluids. Did look like a good X structure. The problem is, Curtis, there were so many.
Cheers.
If
That's
you
a
look
good
back, if you look back
comment.
through that video, you see a ton of what you would consider X formations. I honestly just think they're tree falls. I don't think they're X formations. I think they're just tree falls. Because if you go back and look through all that, it looks like a hell of a lot of small. I think Baker's telling me to suck it.
Can I get a what?
Wow.
I think he was doing the DX degeneration,
X
Anyhow.
will give you.
I still don't know what the hell is happening in that video. Neither do I, Scott. It was
Yeah,
supposed to be
I don't
Bigfoot.
either.
Brian, it was supposed to be Bigfoot Graves is what the video was entitled. Bigfoot Graves. So here's our next one.
Dig
I'm going to
that
have to dig it up, dig it up. Wait till you see this one.
Dig it up.
My lab on November 14th, 1995.
Is that where Sanders gets chicken?
Of a
I
lifetime.
say.
3 days later, staring at the DNA results, I realized I'd found something so disturbing that I'd have to choose between my career and a secret that could never be told. When they delivered the big
So they pick career.
A secret that could never be told. But now look at this, guys.
Yeah.
Just look at this.
He's really filling up that region.
Bigfoot autopsy.
Turn it off.
You got Colonel Sanders with a Lauren Coleman beard.
Oh my god.
But this is the shit I'm talking about, guys. This is the stuff that's popping up
Curtis
every day.
D. writes on RMSO Bigfoot Media. I
Now,
came
these
across
folks are a
these
big
south
problem.
of Fox
RMSO
Creek, Alberta,
Bigfoot.
as I was working up a oil field road that people who are not getting paid to drive
road
on
again.
would not willingly drive on it for recreational
Can't wait to get
activities.
back on that road
The
again.
road will destroy your truck in a day if you're not experienced. Even being paid, it isn't worth the stupidity of it all.
Yeah,
I
you're
stopped
doing
at this
it.
creek because I rock hound and like walking the
Oh,
bush
gone
and being in
back
nature.
to
He likes
Alberta.
walking
I
the
wear a
bush.
size 11 shoe and boot,
Weather's good
and I weigh
there in
210
the fall.
pounds, and I couldn't jump to make an impression this deep, let alone clearly a foot bigger than my boot footprint.
I could make a
I've never
footprint
felt
that
like I
deep
was helpless against
in that
another
sand.
animal. Even a bear, I imagined some sort of chance, but I didn't stay long to find out. RMSO responds, "Hi Curtis, a size 11 boot would be around 12.5 inches long and 4.5 inches at the widest point." Curtis continues, "Yup, that's right, and that foot is longer and wider, not to mention it was easy, 2 inches deeper in that sand, and I could barely make a print.
Looks like my
The
mom's
stride was
footprint.
around 4 feet.
Wow.
I was dumbfounded at the perfect toe
He
marks.
was
I'm trying to
happy
imagine
that
the
was
size of
doing
a person that would take to make those tracks." Steve comments on this post, "When I used to be a fire Curtis
All right, I had enough of RSMO
I can't.
Bigfoot.
So,
Come on.
for context, and I don't know if Forker can find the video, but at one point we did Bigfoot tracks, and it was
We
really
did.
cool because it was before we went to Dr. Meldrum's seminar, which was actually the coolest thing I've ever done. I got to find that plaque, but you look at it. To me, the weird factor is the one, and maybe I'm looking at it wrong or the angle or whatever, but why is it impressed out and not in?
Well, that just might be a perspective of how the camera shot it.
Okay, so because to me it seems like you took one of those sand molds, you filled it with sand, you popped it on top, and then you
No,
just pick it
I
up and then
agree.
you
That's
get
how
one
I
that's
saw
from
it
that
too.
Perspective. Now the one
Yep.
next to it, and then the other one looks like kind of a hand on top of something. And the thing is like we could be wrong on that one as much because maybe it was a real sighting and things like that. It's just the way they hype it that scares me. It's not as much but because we get a lot of it, we go to a lot of these places and we have these people bring these casts and go, "Hey, I got this from blah, 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 blah," and they show us a cast. And we try to take it at face value, but it's how they present it. And this guy just presents it as in, "I just won the lottery and I want you to pay attention to me." And the other guy was Colonel
Those
Sanders.
footprints could have been made by. Right. What I'm saying is those footprints. There was nothing remarkable about those ones they showed in
Right.
the video. Nothing to me that couldn't say they were made by a person. There's nothing to scale them to.
Well, he had
And
that weird
honest to
little
God, I know
footprint
you
next
laughed
to
when I
it,
said it, but that could have been anybody's boot. You know, I said it looked like my mom's footprint. I mean, it was. Oh, put those down. Good God, Baker,
Your
don't
mom's
scare
got
the
a
people.
Bigfoot. She appreciates doing it.
Oh, there you go. Right there's a good example, Vance, of a big footprint.
Grace Harbor. Right there.
But, okay, but lay that flat. Bring that back. Lay that flat. Lay that flat
He
in
wants
your
to see
palm.
the depth.
Okay, like that. That's how it looked like it to me, as in that they laid one on top of a piece of sand, and that's what.
Well, it's very possible, right?
Not the
Right.
opposite, where it was like you would take that and dig it in, and there'd be an
Right.
impression.
Right.
And you said
Okay.
it might have been perception.
No, I just didn't think there's anything remarkable about those footprints, and then you don't really get a whole hell of a lot of story behind it besides I found these footprints.
And was there only 2 prints? Because wouldn't there be?
I don't know, man. You know,
I
we go
only got one print of Grace Harbor, so
Right,
I
but-
can't say that there was more.
But the guy at Grace Harbor probably had a few other like partials and whatever.
I would have assumed as much.
Listen, hi Gwen. Listen, you only. That's a very frustrating part about foot casting is sometimes there are only a couple. Like there's
Right.
not always that plethora of evidentiary left
A
behind.
long trackway, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, just because there's a long trackway left behind doesn't mean it's also not a hoax trackway because
Right.
they can also happen. We got another one here. And like I said, we're not like watching these videos just for like educational purpose. But before we go to the next one, let's take a mid-show break here and go to the Bigfoot
What?
bullhorn. We're already there.
Bigfoot bullhorn.
Yeah,
What?
that Bigfoot bullhorn.
Oh, Happy New Year.
It's
Here we
drinking
go,
time.
folks. We'll be right back. Sasquatch Experience, Sean Forker, Vance Nesbitt, James Baker, Henry, and Matt are out tonight. We'll be back right on the other side.
News team, assemble!
I think my favorite celebration is probably the New Year's celebration. You know, I always like New Year's because it's so bizarre to me that we're drunk, we're counting backwards. Like, when did this tradition start? Did they have it back in ancient times, like in ancient Rome? Did they have the countdown and be like, X, IX, VIII, VIIV. I'm out. Happy New Year, Hoppocles. I am out.
Ah, yes, fun with Roman numerals. You know, when I posted that, I was looking at my very large Roman numeral living room clock with swinging pendulum. And I noticed the number 4 is actually done incorrectly. It should be IV. But no, my clock is I. Who's Ozzy Osbourne? So, yeah, I think I'm going to return it to the store and say, can I get a refund on this Ozzy clock and get a real Roman numeral clock, please? Thank you. I've only owned it for 7 years now. You'd think I would have figured it out by now. But Happy New Year to one and all. I know Sean shared those sentiments at the beginning, and I'm going to share them right here on the Bigfoot Bullhorn. I'll make it kind of quick. I want to start this year off with an editorial. Ooh, that's a big word. It was 79 years ago this year that an alleged UFO was recovered outside of Roswell, New Mexico. And now, 79 years later, the door on UAP, or as I like to say, UFO disclosure, is slowly being kicked open. And more information and credible witnesses have come forth with the information that they know on this subject matter. And I believe the same thing is going to come of the Bigfoot community and that research. And that door, at least the knob is being turned, and I know somebody's knows something, probably an official position where a lot of things are probably being put in place for disclosure in the Bigfoot arena, as I'll say anyway. But nonetheless, what do the two have to do with each other? Well, not much. It's just comparing interesting mysteries to one another. Do I believe personally that Bigfoot's flying around on a UFO? No, I don't, but that doesn't mean you can't have your beliefs. You have your beliefs and you follow that. I'm going to start on the flesh and blood route. And if any information comes further from that, that's not true, well, I'll be the first one to say, well, got that one wrong. But like I said, if you're interested in the research, there's a brand new documentary that just came out about the UAP, UFO research and how that door is being kicked open. And it's called The Age of Disclosure. It was released at the end of November of last year, so it hasn't been out very long, and I believe it's on Amazon Prime. Give it a watch, because there's going to be a lot of faces you will not expect to see doing interviews, and we're talking very high-ranking officials in the U.S. government that's starting to share. And I don't think you can kick the door all the way open, because I think that'll freak out way too many people too fast, of too much information too fast. But I do believe that that door is starting to creak open in the Bigfoot research and give us a little bit more information as to what this mystery is really all about. When we come back, we'll talk something more fun than pink eye.
You're listening to the Bigfoot Bullhorn right here on the Sasquatch Experience.
Hey, stop! So, why did Bigfoot get fired from the circus? Because he was always squatching the show. Ha! Now, what's the Loch Ness Monster's favorite type of coffee? A Nespresso. Always gets 'em. All right, last one for you. Why don't cryptids play hide-and-seek in the daylight? Because they're always getting spotted. Well, that's all the mystery jokes for today.
Well, now here's something fun for a freshly squeezed out new year. It is Beyond the Footprints Tour with Mike Familent, Bigfoot researcher and producer of the documentary series In the Shadow of Big Red Eye. This takes place in Forksville Inn in Forksville, Pennsylvania. And this will happen on Tuesday, February 10th at 5 p.m. Join as Mike tells about his research and his experience. The address is 5048 Pennsylvania Route 87 in Forksville, Pennsylvania. Thanks again for listening to this new edition of the Bigfoot Bullhorn right here on Anomalous Entertainment's Sasquatch Experience. And when the snow melts and the ground gets muddy, well, as always,
until we meet again,
keep your toes in the mud.
And we're back. Thanks, Vance, for the
Yeah.
Bigfoot Bullhorn for this week.
And at least Brian got the crazy train aspect of this.
Dun, dun.
But that's a real thing. And if I have to post a picture, I will. Number 4 is completely effed up.
Did you buy it at like a Big Lots or something?
You know what? I really don't remember where I bought it at. It might have been. I don't remember. I'll have to take a look at our receipt.
Well, don't hurt yourself about it. You know.
No, I
It's
won't.
Okay. Okay.
But it's like, come on, I don't want an Aussie clock. I want a Roman numeral clock.
Well, it is what it is, unfortunately. But, you only have to worry about it twice a day.
Ah, that's true. But thanks, Brian, for catching that. You're a good man, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. I got it. Baker, are you peeing? I hear a trickling of water. I think it's his fountain. It's distracting.
A fountain of what?
It's the turtles.
Oh, it's the turtles.
Okay. Yeah, turd.
When we before we left to take the break and do the bullhorn there, we just did watch a couple videos these aren't great videos tonight. And we didn't pick great videos. This is Bigfoot videos and Bigfoot on Video 5. Here's another one. I can't talk. Let's see how this one plays out. I just love to see Baker's reactions. Part of why I like to watch these is just watching him watch these.
No, okay. All right.
We'll share this one with the system audio and
Jesus.
what the fuck? Oh, sorry, I said a bad word.
Ooh.
I said play.
Is that the guy from the English patient?
Watch this one instead. Why is this one not playing now? My name's Frank Mercer. Okay, well, it might be.
Just watch this one.
Here, watch this one.
That was Gene Roman.
Oh, poor Gene.
I was stalking up to this water hole that I have bow hunted deer before. The wind was in my face at first light. There was not any deer at the water. I caught movement a little ahead of me on the opposite hillside. In a thick stand of gamble oaks, there was a black head above the foliage. It looked like a gorilla's head, but a little bit bigger, and the nose was different. It was more hooded than a gorilla's, but less than a human. By this point, I was about 17 yards from it. I pretended that I didn't notice it as I walked past it, watching it with my periphery vision. It was holding very still, but I did see it blink. The stand of oak brush is over 12 inches higher than my 5-foot 11-inch head. That stand of oaks has a game trail that cuts across the trail it was leading to the water. The head I saw was in the brush about 6 feet off the trail. It is the ideal spot for an ambush. The wind was perfect, and between the brush and curve of the hill, the deer would not have seen it. I saw it because I came from behind it, coming from the drainage, not crossing it.
How the hell?
It is in an open meadow above that stand of oaks. At night, deer feed until morning. They cross the drainage, stopping to drink, and then bedding on the other hillside completely covered in oak brush. The moose love those oak stands, and I have seen several different moose disappear when they enter. I have also found a partial track and tree structure in the nastiest blowdown I have ever had the misfortune of getting into on a different mountain range. Andrew writes,
Okay.
You know, I'll give this one credit because it's more like a documentary. Can we turn it off so I don't do that?
Oh, can you still hear it?
No, I just have a really big echo.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop it. Stop it. There we go. Okay.
So that one there,
that works.
I will give credit for because it reminds me of, and I'm going to use Seth as an idea, but we watch these videos. No, but we watch videos of creators that create things and go, this is what happened. This is where I was. He never at any point made a circle of that little blob over there was a Bigfoot. He's just like, it was kind of over there. And then, and what I did like about it was when he was showing the moose, when that moose started going towards those, I think they were white birch or whatever they were, trees, you did lose a 400-pound beast in like 4 seconds, if it would have kept going that one end. So that one there, I'm not going to say is a faker video or whatever. I just think the man was telling his story and he threw a little art into it.
He threw a lot of art. He threw the same piece of art into it and just changed the lighting And the shading in the nose on occasion, which is, artistic choice, that's fine. But I don't know. I think they did have a red circle there at one point, though. And
Maybe I missed the circle.
if you have to circle it, it was never there. I guess that's my
It
rule
was
of thumb.
never there, right?
Right. And, Jay, I don't know if Jay's still in here, our buddy Jay. I call him the Red Circle Commander because he's made a career now of going after the red circlers. And there's nothing, very rarely is there anything there in those circles. Like, I don't understand it. And they take an awful lot of liberties. But, Baker, you do make a good point. And actually, it's a point that Matt and I have made several times. And we talk about it quite a bit when we're out up in Potter and, you're with elk. And after the elk has wandered away from you for a little bit, you lose it.
And the thing's huge.
Right, and they're huge, and they lose it. I didn't know they had moose in Utah.
Yeah. They're just not allowed to marry them.
Is that right?
So, but I do want to also apologize to Seth. I didn't mean that Seth makes that bad of a documentary, but I just wanted to use people as a reference to somebody that I knew.
I understood. I understood what you were saying. You're using that as kind of like a comparative thing. But, the point is you're starting to see, like, here's another one. I'll share it without the system audio so you don't go crazy. I don't want to drive you crazy, Bake. I'm sorry.
No, it's when I talk. It sounds like I'm like.
It's on my end, too.
It's playing the system audio backwards. Yeah. But I'll show this
one to you,
Bake. Like, people show this stuff, and it's you think people who are, aren't very educated. Right. But... this gets people.
Are they going to eat that little Asian girl?
Or I don't know if she's Asian. This isn't made by Toho.
Toho.
It's just stuff like that gets me. Like, folks are guys making beef Wellington. Here's another one.
Primal Rage. Primal Rage.
Ooh, yum.
He's got to watch.
Yeah, I just watched this. Come on, this is entirely AI.
Oh, of course it is. But, we have people that circle shadows and video and pictures and videos that think that's real. When you show this stuff to people that already have a limited psyche, they're going to attach to that. Right. And, all of a sudden, that's what we go against. Here's one that I found interesting. And, it's during the daytime in what looks like kind of more of an urban area. Let's watch this one from the beginning here.
Oh, under the bridge, right.
Under the bridge. This is like a troll.
With a baby? Yeah.
Yeah. But that could be me.
It walks like you. I mean,
thank you, motherfucker. I mean, but wait, and then, because we've taken video of me walking around and in the right light. Hell, that is me.
But you know what? In this video, the gentleman says, hold the camera still. Well, the camera was already still.
Yeah, it was.
And that's what doubts me on that video altogether.
Right. I see escape tape. Now, that previous video where we say it's AI, are we sure that's not a documentary too, where the guy's just explaining his story and he threw a Bigfoot behind his girlfriend? I want to see the ending.
Oh, that's some tornadoes that are a little better. Anyhow,
look at the glowing.
Look at that. That is nature's
that's
fury
awesome
right there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
EF4 from Ricky Forbes. Not what we're talking about tonight.
We can do that.
Some of them are a lot more interesting than some of these videos, but a lot of what we're seeing now isn't so much of that fake or people catching something on video and thinking it's Bigfoot. It's these AI creations that
and it's irritating the shit out of me.
But we've talked about that for a long time.
Yeah.
Right? We've now talked about that for a while where we said this was going to become a problem. Not that it's great, but it doesn't have to be. We've had the shittiest pictures for years that we've been out there. People have been promoting and saying these are pictures of this, that, and the other, and they have a great story behind them and they get people attracted to them. Is that going to be AI next? That we have the lowest denominator?
I'm starting to look at this as all clickbait. I really am.
Right. But that's what we're up against now. It's become a lot less
terrible.
Right. And to the point where it's getting really good. It is is getting better. So let's start bewaring some of these things. Not that any of these videos were stellar tonight. I think the best one of the group was that last one we looked at under the bridge. And that's, I think, because there was a lack of detail under that. So much you couldn't
Yeah,
see
but
in
I
the dark.
still have a problem with him telling her, hold the camera still when it was a still shot to begin with.
There was
whatever it was, it's the camera is not moving around. And he's like, oh, hold the camera still. Oh, I am. Yeah, well, okay, that's great. But I'm shaking my head going, yeah, I'm not buying into that one.
You know, but we're also seeing it now with other cryptids and Dogman. Really, with Dogman and the Bigfoot. I've seen it a lot over the weekend, and we all know how I feel about the Dogman phenomena. But,
right. Likewise.
As these subjects become more and more popular and mainstream, the AI is getting a little better, and at least they're using it to Baker's point, they're using it to kind of bring a story to life and add context to the story, which is great. I just don't think everybody's intentions are good like that. Not that
right.
It is doing a good job at all in fooling us, but
no, but and on the silver lining of what you're talking about, Sean, at least it can draw some interest into the field to do a little bit more research for a younger generation.
Right.
Whether it's AI or not, at least it can draw in a new perspectives from a younger generation, and they can look at it and say, yeah, this is a bunch of Bravo Sierra, but, this over here, this has a lot of validity to it. So
here's another one from RMSO. The video is called Giant Sasquatches Encountered on Mount McKinnon. And I just want to pull it up because, Baker earlier had said something about footprint
integrity.
Trackways. Mm-hmm. That was what I was looking for. Man, I had a hard time with that. And we'll play this one here, Baker, a little bit so you can see it. Are you getting the audio from it?
No.
Okay, that's good.
I'm good with Grizzly Adams here.
Well, the audio is irrelevant. He's got a neat hat. They've got taken some measurements of some trackways. But hey, you know what? They're using a tape measure here. Looks like there's some rabbit print there too, maybe.
it does look that way, doesn't it?
Right, but in the snow. Okay, so here's the perfect example. The guy stepped next to the track, right? You watched him put his foot down. Now you look at the track he's doing, and you look at his track.
Right.
And honestly, his track isn't much smaller than the track that they're doing.
I think his nail print's not much smaller than the track he's doing.
Yeah, right.
Right, but you physically watch him walk right next to it, put his foot down, and that track looks almost the same depth.
I think those are bunnies.
Well, not the big ones, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like just full body
the ones
snow.
to the right are definitely rabbit or fox, I would say. Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, there's nothing that says those can't be something jumping through the snow. That's a full body.
Right.
Cushion.
But again, this
the
one here
on those
looks
is
like
off.
they tried to put the work in.
Yeah. But, we talked about that, Baker. It was just an example of what we were talking about. You wanted to say we never see any with the trackway. Well, right there was the example of that. He did have a neat hat, though.
Yes, but looking at the trackway, how many trackways have been recorded over years and years where the trackway is in line with each other instead of staggered? And that's what I find really
Yeah, all my
interesting.
tracks are always
well,
staggered.
you would need to talk to Cliff with the London Trackway. You could talk to, I
Right.
think B Mills had a trackway herself. And I'm sure there's a lot of examples of what you're talking about. This just happened to be a visualization of something Baker had brought up earlier. Yeah. They're out there.
Right.
And
yeah, but it does seem more likely to me that if this is a cryptid thing and the trackway is in line with each other, that is unlikely for any known hominid. It's usually right, left, where a lot of Bigfoot tracks are in line with each other. And that's what I find the big mystery of.
You know, and I get that. I do. But as we start going through some more of these videos, like we're running out of time for the night for some of these vehicles, but here's another one.
No.
You know, the skeleton a skeleton was found 30 feet up a tree, had to be a Bigfoot that put it there. You know, no context as to why, it just has to be a Bigfoot.
Right.
But we're going to have a story that's got some sort of AI generated background to it and make that seem like it's the, that's the narrative. You know, some great thing that's been coming out of these trail crams and other things that we've got going on is I posted an article on my own personal page yesterday from the New York Post of evidence of the flathead cat has
I saw that,
sighted
right.
again. Yeah, I mean, I think it was 30 years that they hadn't had any examples of one, and then they finally got one. And and we go to the Bluff Creek Project where they were able to prove the unextinction of that particular type of martin, wasn't it? Like
or a parrot? What was it? A parrot or a martin? But
it was a
yes,
martin. Yeah. I mean, it's just great that through the efforts of our research and this kind of research, some of these animals that are supposed to be extinct or no longer in existence are being proven to be.
Right.
Now that's a lot smaller than a.
Yeah, I'm still waiting in the corner over here for the thylacine to be proven to still exist, or the Tasmanian tiger, as it's most commonly known as.
Well, and I think if I've been reading right, we're getting closer to prove that the what was it? Why can't I think Indonesia, the Sumatra, the little not Homo florensis, but the orang pendek. We're getting closer.
Pendek. Yeah, right.
We're getting closer to proving that that's an existing species.
Right.
But you also got to look at the fact that if you go back in history, we've misidentified so many things. Like I learned this weird from the TV show Ghosts, but dinosaurs didn't exist in 1776. They had no concept of what a dinosaur was. They thought they were dragons. Like a lot of the dragon myth.
Well,
came from dinosaur
biblically written, these creatures were described as dragons.
Right.
It wasn't until 1922 that the terms changed to dinosaur.
And who knows, in 100 years from now, bones that we found that we think are not Bigfoot could be some hominid we're not aware of, or bones that we found that we think are Bigfoot could be part of the Neanderthal. They're learning so much more from our DNA and Neanderthals that they're saying, well, they didn't go extinct. They just breeded with the other chicks and got wider foreheads.
Right.
Listen, I know a lot of people. I'm sure the Neanderthal is still existing.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. Likewise. Likewise.
Throw that baby
along
out
with the
bathwater.
Nephilim. Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh God, I don't even get started on the biblical shit with the. Oh my God, why is it always the Southerners that start that too?
I'm not Southerner. I didn't do it.
I'm not starting a civil war, but I am saying that, a lot of the southern United Statesers are the ones that are really throwing that Nephilim biblical Bigfoot bullshit together and calling it a day.
Yeah.
That's going to get me some flack, and I there's a reason. I just haven't really put it together yet. It's a different culturally.
That's for our next show.
Yeah, it's called the Bible Belt for a reason, and I think that really aches. Yeah, that's true. My uncle's and a few Neanderthals in our family. Absolutely.
Neil deGrasse Tyson kind of explains it that there was a time in the world where if you didn't know the answer, it had to be God, and so that they could sleep at night. And sometimes I think certain cultures never pulled that away. Like you can't talk about evolution or space or blah, blah, blah without them going, yeah, it's got to be Jesus, and there's nothing wrong with faith, but science has to get there. When science can prove it 12 times, you got to give up a little.
No, listen, I'm a faithful man. It's not a knock on religion at all. What I'm saying is it's a particular subset of researchers that pulls this together and pushes it together to push a narrative because I think it appeals to the overall audience of that area.
Right.
It's a cultural thing. Where did I disappear to? You can't even see me on my camera.
Hey, you're showing some head.
I've got Clive there.
Ooh.
Somewhere along the line, I disappeared.
That is a Snuffy original.
That is a Snuffy to Stefano.
Wow.
Where the hell did I go?
We drove 5 hours to get that head.
Oh, good God. And there he is. And on that note, folks, you've been listening to the Sasquatch Experience probably for the last time.
But for $2 a month,
you can get
guess what you get.
No, Baker. No. You get all this. And I've got hiccups now. Without commercials. Next show, we're probably going to have a guest on. We didn't want to do a year-end recap because, honestly, I wanted to forget 2025 existed. And we wanted to talk about some of these AI videos and these really strange videos that have been popping up. And no, these videos weren't meant to get you thinking or to get you thought-provoking about Bigfoot. They were to get you to think about the bullshit that's constantly out there.
Yeah, no kidding,
stuff
right?
That we're always up against, and that somebody with limited intelligence is going to latch onto that and say, "There's proof," and it's
but like I said in the bullhorn, somebody's knows what's going on.
No, and I don't disagree with that. And that's again probably a topic for yet another show.
Yeah, I hope so.
That, do we revisit that with is there, I don't know. I don't even know.
I'm still looking.
I want to think about how to frame that question before I launch off onto it.
Yeah. No, I'm still looking for those individuals.
Right.
I really think that from running a store and running a variety of things, there is always somebody with an exit plan for anything that could happen, even if it's stupid. World War Z, I think, was the movie that they said they had 10 plans and they ran all 10 because even though number 10, building a wall, was the stupidest thing they could think of, at the end of the day, they still did it because it was an idea.
Yep. All right.
All
right.
No idea is too stupid, right?
Nope, because, at the end of the day, the wall kind of worked until they, dogpiled.
Right. And that's what we're going to leave it. Some strange, odd videos tonight. Nothing compelling. A lot of jabber between the three of us. Down two men. We hope Matt got the Pepto in him. We hope Henry's doing okay.
Oh, boy. Yeah, right?
When you got nausea, heartburn, indigestion.
Diarrhea. Yeah, okay.
And there we go. We lost the pot. Folks, SasquatchExperience.com should be back on the air. We will be picking our charity at some point this year for you to support.
Unless the FCC says, you know what, on podcasts, we're cutting you out. We're done.
I don't know. Anyhow, it's been a fun night, guys. Thanks for spending some time and joining with us. We will see you in
2 weeks.
Good night, everybody. Keep on squatching.
Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Sasquatch Experience. Please rate and review wherever this podcast is consumed. For more information, please go to our website, SasquatchExperience.com. keep on squatching.